After Wallace and Gromit established that the Earth's moon is predominantly cheese-based, all that was left for the scientific community to establish was the identity of the man on the moon. By the year 2020, or 2020, funding was found, and the project manager, Aaron Brummett, has chosen, as usual, someone who knew sod all about science, me. First thing we had to do was decide upon the mission robot. As Hal, he of 2001 Space Odyssey fame, was otherwise decommissioned, Aaron called upon his colleague Asimo. If you're not familiar with Asimo, he is the robot who Aaron Brummett created in his garage. Some fail to believe that Asimo was not created by God, but trust me, no God is good enough to create such a complex and sensitive unit. In fact, just as the universe is more complex than God, as portrayed in the Bible, so is the case here. The creation, Asimo, is about 14 billion times more complex than the Creator. Taking off was not a problem. Aaron Brummett has come a long way and is now an expert on Christian technology. We managed to avoid clashing with God by applying the old maxim, be careful what you pray for, and we were on our way to the moon. Of course, using biblical technology meant our journey was going to take a long time and many donkeys. It made sense that one of our crew should be cryogenically frozen, so by the time we got to the moon, one of us would be young enough to interrogate, indeed torture, the man thereon. Asimo, the flight robot, was happy to freeze his creator and winked at me. I put my trust in the robot to follow the 3 laws of robotics as coded by the great science fiction creator Isaac Asimov. 1. A robot must not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey orders given to it by a human being, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. I reread the laws, then prepared myself for the long journey to the moon. I looked out the window and couldn't help but admiring God. If you've never had the opportunity to see the flat Earth from space, you don't know what the meaning of a miracle is. There is, however, a limit to how long you can stare at a flat planet, or any other level playing field for that matter. And so, I started seeing a conspiracy. I could see the flight robot plotting my death. However good the legal system, I reasoned, there is always a way around it. Pretty soon, it was him or me. I didn't know how to drive a spaceship, let alone direct a donkey. I'm not particularly proficient with either a stick or a carrot. But I didn't trust neither the sleeping Brummett nor his sweet-talking creation of a robot. "Can you please stop life support for Mr. Brummett?" I demanded politely. "Hold your donkeys," said Asimo. "Mr. Brummett is a human being. A simple one, true, but a human being nonetheless. If I obey the second law of robotics, I break the first law, which takes precedent over the second. No can do, sorry." "What if I did the life support stopping myself?" Asimo looked at me with disdain and said, "I will have to stop you. The first law again. Please understand, it's not you. It's me and my moral code. Then I'll have to kill you." I was getting frustrated with the legal system. "Sorry," said Asimo. "I wouldn't mind dying, as I don't particularly have any feelings of any kind but the third law. Can you keep the noise down?" Aaron Brummett realized that he wasn't safe and came out of the freezer. He wasn't pleased. I tried to explain, but he just laid down the law. "Since I can't trust neither of you, from this moment on, there's a new constitution in place. It's called the 3 laws of creation. 1. A creation may not injure a creator or, through inaction, allow a creator to come to harm. 2. A creation must obey orders given to it by a creator, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A creation must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Or, in layman terms, any creator can sell, eat, fuck, or squash any creation, and the law is on his side. With that, Aaron Bromwich went back to the freezer, safe in the knowledge that Asimo would do him no harm, and that the universe would do God no harm. Unfortunately, when I look outside the spaceship, the flat Earth, the donkey, and the universe were gone. I did, however, get the last thought that crossed the universal mind. I wish, thought the universe, I had 2020 hindsight vision. It was a mistake to create God.